Hi, I'm Santosh Radhakrishnan. I'm the Chief Commercial Officer at XYB by Moniz. So I think within the fintech space, there'll be three to four major trends that we would see, starting with a very steady and sustained growth, especially in the core banking space. And this would be fueled by the adoption of the latest technology and architecture being advocated by the likes of Bayern and the Mac alliances, which leads to a very codeless transformation of the banking technology space, right? This leads to the adoption of health in one, fast tracking the transformation process within the core banking, because there's no rip and replace going forward, which makes it much more smaller, sustained, and low risk to transform.
Hello, my name's Guy. I'm from AltFi. Firstly, I think the market's going to consolidate as we're balancing, or firms are balancing growth versus profitability. How can the brand grow, also satisfying the needs of the board and the investors? There's going to be a tough landscape out there for next year.
I'm Taya Baker. I head up digital innovation and fintech partnerships at an Irish bank, but I'm also the founder of Finech. My predictions for 2024 and on my radar is very much seeing more involvement for women, more opportunities created for women, and more funding for women. When I come to a lot of these conferences, I don't see enough support for women. It's still very male dominated. So I would like to see a big shift to encourage women, and also to encourage graduates and young students, to show them the opportunity of what is out there, the potential of entrepreneurship.
So I'm Blaine Pereira and I'm Head of Marketing at Tribe Payments. I think AI was on everyone's lips this year, and I think everyone sort of spent the year, obviously ChatGPT at the end of 2022 was a big thing. Everyone spent this year sort of sussing it out, what we're doing. I think we'll obviously see it evolve more in 2024. I think especially from a risk perspective in terms of the payments industry and pay tech, that's probably the key one for me, but it'll spread its tentacles far and wide, I think, even more.
I'm Gilles Bouvier. I work as a senior supervisor at the European Central Bank. AI, I think, is the game changer. My personal opinion is that AI will increasingly shape our environment and the way we work, we live, we travel, and the way we interact, basically. So AI, for me, together with generative AI being the latest trend now, I think will really take off, and big data increasingly available to these AI development companies, I think will further that development even more.
Hello, my name is Kellyanne Ripner. I'm COO and co-founder of FinCrime Dynamics. In regards to my predictions for 2024, there has been a lot of talk about fraud. But I personally also would like to see a little bit more about the victim and what's happening in the larger world of financial crime. So let's think about those who are suffering from human trafficking or from modern day slavery. Let's keep our fingers crossed to try and use AI and machine learning to reduce these items instead.
Hi, I'm Matt Jackson. I work with Free Market. We're a cross-border payments and FX company. I think there'll be a few different trends. I got asked the same question last year and not much has changed really, so maybe I'm not great at answering these questions, but I think there'll be a continued move to digitisation. People getting great experiences in their consumer life, in the way they access banking and financial services, and I think that expectation is coming into the business world, so companies should and will focus on digitising their experiences. I think we'll see increased use of DLT technologies, be that stable coins or central bank digital currencies, and with that there'll be more focus from regulators across the world on unifying those standards, which will allow that to become more adopted globally.
Hi, I'm Serena Del Prete. I am the founder of Collabs. So my prediction for next year, I don't know if they are predictions or good wishes, but what I hope for is for the market in terms of investments to recover. I think we see to stop being worried, put the money back at work. We need funding.
Hi, my name is Alex Reddish. I'm the Managing Director of Tribe Payments. I think there's a couple of interesting things. You see the growth of the CBDC market. I think it's a really interesting opportunity for the likes of Apple to play in that space. When you think about the decentralization of CBDCs versus traditional banks. I think that's really interesting. I think you'll get a lot of answers about AI, but if we think about the protocol layers and the permission-based access to data, I think you'll start to see really interesting commercial models around access to data, and I think ChatGPT, Bard, etc. will have a bit more of a difficult time scraping all of that information together. I mean, I think the CBDC market will grow quite quickly, actually. I think the lessons we've learned from open banking in the European market, how do we provide consumer adoption, incentive? I think people are still very much an e-commerce driven environment, in an e-commerce driven environment. So the more digital transactional capabilities we can provide, I think there's going to be a big opportunity.